that's all I ever do. Been hitting it, getting it, giving it, living them working man blues. Working on that check, working on that twerking, man, it still ain't working yet. Hey, can I get a little amen? Hey, anybody been where I've been? Hey, it just don't stop when you punch that clock. Gotta rock on right through the weekend. Gotta keep on keeping on. Gotta keep that percolator perking. Gotta wheel, gotta weigh, gotta hang, gotta how. And right now I'm just working on a big buzz.
Hello, my name is Shane Oates. This webinar is totally free, and I want to thank you for taking the time to check it out. I would like to tell you a little about myself and why I got involved in the subject matter of this webinar. If you know me, you probably know about my accident, and you probably know that it is and has been very difficult for me to get a job. Yes, I have had multiple jobs since the accident, but all of them have basically been temp jobs. And for one excuse or another, each of those so-called employers relieved me of my position. Most, if not all of them, gave various reasons for my dismissal, but I'm willing to bet in some way that each and every one of those reasons can be directly linked to any one or more of the residual effects caused by the accident. And if you don't know about my accident, on April 16th of 1990, I was involved in a car accident. My head went through the driver's side window of the car, which shattered my jaw into 63 pieces and caused a TBI. For those of you not familiar with that acronym, a TBI is a traumatic brain injury, and that resulted in my staying comatose for 61 days. After the collision with the window, the weight of my body being thrown from the door actually ripped the screws out of the ceiling of the car that were holding the shoulder belt harness, allowing me to hit the steering wheel. 13 of my ribs broke. One rib punctured my left lung, and 2 ribs went completely through my right lung. But before the harness gave way, my left shoulder became dislocated and my left collarbone was broken. Well, after about 2 weeks in the coma, the doctors told my parents that there was nothing else they could do for me, and actually suggested removing me from life support. Because if I actually ever did come out of the coma, they were certain that I would be a vegetable for the rest of my life. Thank God my parents disagreed with them and might have me transferred over to a different hospital. After awakening from the coma, I spent approximately 4 more months going through a vigorous regimen of therapies. I had to relearn how to walk, talk, and even eat, because I had to be tube fed while my jaw was wired back together for it to heal. About 2 weeks after I got out of the hospital, I went to San Antonio, Texas to undergo another 9 months of therapies. Fast forward about 25 years from the accident, arthritis had set in pretty bad because of a few things like age, and I was no longer in rehab and was not actually working my joints and muscles on a regular basis. Well, my cousin, who I don't actually remember the last time I had seen her, but she invited my mom to a BYOB party she was hosting, and my mom asked me if I wanted to go. I went just to see Misty. I had no interest in the BYOB part of the party, or I guess I should say what I thought BYOB meant. Turns out I was very interested in Misty's version of BYOB, that being be your own boss. I signed up that day, August 15th, 2015. I don't know if it was because I didn't listen or if I didn't believe the LIMU juice could actually help me, or if it was because of the effects of that wreck and the fact that my short-term memory was exactly that, short-term. But for whatever reason, I didn't even try the stuff for over 2 months. One day, a couple of months later, I was straightening the storage closet in my garage and came across my Fast Track pack and decided to put some of it in the fridge. The next day, I went into the garage to finish cleaning, and after a few hours of working in that heat, I tried the Blue Frog, which, to quote a lyric by Shania Twain, that don't impress me much. But after a couple of more hours of working in that hot garage, I got thirsty and decided to try the Blue Frog too. Well, this, my friends, was a game changer. I liked it. And within 30 minutes, I actually felt more energized than I did before I started. And after I finished cleaning, I tried the LIMU Original and decided I liked it too. That's when I decided to go to my first LIMU Live in Fort Worth, Texas, which was going to be held on October 10th, 2015. And after drinking the LIMU Original shots for a couple of weeks, I noticed that my arthritis wasn't bothering me near as much. And the only significant change in my daily activity was the consumption of LIMU Original. I honestly don't believe I have had even the slightest amount of arthritic joint pain since the latter part of December in 2015. And I truly believe it is due to the LIMU Original. I would also like to ask you a couple of questions. Question number 1. Is what you're doing today going to get you where you want to be tomorrow? And if not, do you keep your options open? If your answer to the first part of that question was yes, then this is not for you. I say congratulations and bid you farewell. Bye. But isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes, but when you look back, everything is different? Now, if you answered no, I truly believe you need to listen to question number 2. And question number 2 is, if not now, when? I would like to introduce you to Misty and Rhett Keith. And in Misty's own words, she says that 2014 was awful for her family. One of the guys renting a house from her quit paying rent in May of 2013. Misty's family ended up losing close to $8,000 in income. And that didn't even include all of the court fees and late fees or any of the other money that Rhett spent paying the extra mortgage for all of those months. Misty says that anyone and everyone that knows them knows that their kids didn't even get a single thing for Christmas in 2014. If you would like to hear more information about an opportunity that can build a residual income for you, please comment below or send an email to LubbockLIMU@gmail.com with "I'm interested" in the subject and your name, phone number, and a good time and day to call in the body of the message.